Somerset fought back strongly against Durham on the first day of the latest LV County Championship match at Taunton, although it was still a day in which the visitors got some monkeys off their backs. Phil Mustard would have been delighted to call correctly at the toss, and that meant Durham could bat first on what looked like a belter of a surface under gorgeous blue skies and with a short boundary. And given all that in their favour, openers Michael Divenuto and Will Smith got off to a terrific start, batting largely untroubled through the morning session. It soon looked to be one of those pitches where the fielders needed to grab every opportunity, but Peter Trigo didn't do that as he dropped Divenuto on 38 to deny Alfonso Thomas a wicket on his return from the IPL. There's been much talk of Durham's top six not scoring a first-class 50 this season, but that stat was finally brought to an end as Divenuto pulled Thomas over the short boundary to reach his half-century off only 53 balls. Smith was the more dogged of the two opening bats, but as he got used to the lovely conditions, he started to open up a bit. But mostly the morning belonged to Divenuto, who scored 80 runs before lunch. 5 times in the first session he hit fours off successive deliveries to emphasise how easy he and his partner were finding batting against the still injury-ravaged Somerset attack, who were now also missing Vernon Philander. Smith also went to a 50 shortly after the lunch break. He'd needed 108 balls to get there, but given the weather and pitches we've had across the country to date, just to reach 50 was something of a relief. Divenuto, meanwhile, was fast approaching his 100 as he took his partnership with Smith to an impressive 158 in 38 overs. So it came as a bit of a surprise when, on 96, the Australian finally got something wrong and nicked a cut off Thomas behind. With him gone, the run rate did slow a little as Mark Stoneman joined Smith, but Durham still looked set for a very big first innings total. How the batsmen have been waiting for a day like this, the best of the summer so far. Smith was obviously loving it, working the ball off his hips and legs for more boundaries to see his side past 200 for only their second batting bonus point of the season. Stoneman also started to settle in as both batsmen began to look close to immovable. They took the total to 232 for 1. A run out then turned out to be crucial. Both batsmen wondered halfway down the pitch as the fit again Joss Buttler pounced to send Stoneman on his way for 27. Incredibly, there was also another run out next ball as Ben Stokes, back in the Durham team, nearly departed before he'd had a chance to take guard. Durham were giving Somerset every chance to get back into this contest. Having survived that, however, Stokes showed his intent by driving Arul Sapaya for a 6 to get going. Smith then sprinted through for the run he needed for his ton, a splendid effort which came on the stroke of tea. He'd faced 193 balls and struck 12 fours and 2 sixes. Alas for him, the break for tea brought about his dismissal as straight after it, before he'd added another run, Smith for once mispulled and was caught by Thomas to give Jamie Overton a wicket. That left Durham on 265 for 3, with the first ball coming to the end of its shelf life. Stokes and Paul Collingwood tried to make the most of that as they added a further 19 runs, but Somerset were now increasing in confidence. Especially when Collingwood fell for 12, a soft dismissal as he gave Sapaya an easy catch off George Dockrell, while Ian Blackwell managed to pull a short ball from Jamie Overton into the hands of Nick Compton after making 7. Stokes was still there, however, and looking in a punishing mood, passing 50 from 67 deliveries. It appeared that this might be his day, but having got to 60, he was brilliantly run out by Craig Overton to leave Phil Mustard and Liam Plunkett in his first game of the summer to earn their side a 4th batting point. 2 late wickets probably made this Somerset's day, however. On 21, Mustard swung a Trigo half-tracker to Dockrell in the deep, and in the same over, Callum Thorpe edged Trigo to Alex Barrow before he'd scored. First-class debutant Jamie Harrison and Plunkett guided Durham to the close on 353 for 8, a decent score but possibly an under-par one on this pitch, although day 2 will tell us more about that, a day in which Steve Harmison makes his return to the Durham attack.